that you've got stuck in your head?
Nope. Hot dog pizza pocket. I write my own jingles, baby. Hot dog pizza pocket. Are we live
Have
yet?
you considered a career in advertising?
Huh?
Have you considered a career in advertising?
Yeah, I thought about taking a social media marketing course for or a social media course for for us one, and for it would be fun to do like social media for like a nonprofit that I liked. So yes, I have considered it.
That jingle, there's money in that jingle, more.
Really?
Make a commercial. Oh yeah, there's a commercial in.
Hot dog pizza pocket. Hot dog pizza
Could you
pocket.
imagine a
hot
pizza
dog
pocket,
pizza
but
pocket.
instead of just being pizza, it was inside a little hot dog?
I can imagine a hot dog in almost anything.
Well, you eat turkey? You're not turkey. Tofu hot
Ew,
dogs.
that's nasty.
Well, regular hot dogs are nasty too. Let's see.
Yeah, no, they're not tofurkey dogs. The ones that I buy are called Smart Life. That's the brand name. They're pretty good. They taste like hot dogs. I mean, you're just covering them with condiments anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
That is true. I like sausages better than hot dogs, especially the,
Are we live?
We're live.
Yeah, we are apparently.
3 viewers.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
There's just a couple of minor adjustments I'm going to make on the fly.
Oh, hopefully to your green screen? Is that possible?
I mean, the green screen, it is possible.
And what's all this noise that's kicked up as soon as we run by?
Okay. Trash truck's here. So even though I moved, the trash truck still comes on Monday. So I moved like 4 cities away, and I still am getting trash trucks on Mondays. So that's what it is.
Specifically moved away to try and get away from.
Mm-hmm. And they just
he still turns up. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow.
I have trash trucks swarming around me like flies.
That says a lot about where you live, I guess. I don't know, but anyway.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, that was a bit harsh. I don't know why I said that.
Where's this live chat? Can somebody? Oh, there it is. Pop out. Yes. Pop that chat out. You guys didn't think I was going to pop the chat out? Well, I am.
Is there anybody in the chat yet? 7 people watching, apparently.
There's some people there.
What's up, guys? If you're hanging out, pop in that chat and then pop it out. Hot dog pizza pocket. Hot dog pizza pocket. Hot dog pizza pocket. Totino's Bagel Bites.
Okay.
Pop that chat. Hot dog pizza pocket. Hot dog pizza pocket. Hot dog pizza pocket. Totino's Bagel Bites.
So
maybe just the
now,
Totino's Bagel
at any
Bites.
point in time, we could go into the. I haven't done the intro, but it's all set to do an intro. Let's just make sure your guys' voice is coming through. Go ahead and talk.
Check 1 2 hello. This is
Danny.
Morgan.
Hot dog pizza pocket. Hot dog pizza pocket.
Hot dog pizza pocket.
All right, great.
Hi, Simon DG.
No, Totino's Bagel Bites, not hi, Simon DG. My goodness. Hot dog pizza pocket. Hot dog pizza pocket. Hot dog pizza pocket. Totino's Bagel
I guess
Bites.
you're gonna drive me crazy, and that's wild because I'm not the kind of guy that gets driven crazy easily. But if I hear hot dogs pizza pockets 20 more times, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Hot dog pizza pocket.
So the bad news is that there's going to be a shorter fan mail video today, and it's all. I'm going to blame Morgan.
James is all bad news all the time. He's never looking on the bright side.
The bright side is that Danny and I just recorded one of my favorite episodes, and we won't spoil anything because I've learned my lesson with spoiling things this week.
Wow, yeah. We need to talk about that in depth. We haven't had a real hard talk.
We'll have time to talk about it in depth because
I'm pissed.
You didn't edit your Dark Souls video, and you never posted it.
Oh, yeah, that seems like my fault.
Yeah, it's your fault. Busted.
Go read through the Discord. You'll see exactly what happened.
Are you just trying to throw Danny under the bus on this?
I didn't say that. I said read the Discord. There was a miscommunication.
It had nothing to do with me. I just want to say that. Just right from the offset.
The miscommunication was between me and you.
Was
which
that
is
Why? What-
fine.
I can talk so you
It's
guys can find it out.
fine. Stuff happens. I'm not worried about it. We'll get the video. It'll be fine.
All right, so let's start the video with our intro.
Pocket Totino's Bagel Bites.
GameFront.
Okay.
So now we're at Cyberpunk. We're at the bottom. So let's take a quick gander at.
Oh, I popped it out. Now I can't see the actual.
Well,
I want
I can read it
not,
to you.
on.
Uh-oh.
Well, on top. No, I can see our thing, but I can't see. Well, you just pause your stream there
Pause my stream.
on Discord.
Oh, can't I? So, I don't know what you're asking.
No,
me
it's
to do.
back now. I'm not asking you to do anything.
Okay, good. Don't
At
ask
no
me
point.
to do anything because I've got my hands full running
I'm
this
not.
stream over here.
I'm not asking you to do anything. Except for just
So
have a good time.
this is a really great start because it's going to set the mood for me. It's from Introspective Noodle, which you can always count on having something great to say. James, thank you for being a wonderful person and taking time to do this walkthrough, even though it isn't as streamlined as Dark Souls. You enjoy it just
Holy-
enough to where you haven't given up on it. That speaks louder than words, and just want you to know that it is appreciated. Thank you, James, for being you. And Mikhail Rose says,
I do have, before we keep going, I want to just at the up top get a couple of things out. Some, kvetching about different members of Gamefront. I want to name names individually, shame people. No, I want to say that our Patreon has reached over $200.
that's
And
awesome.
that's exciting news. We should open these with the exciting news, the positivity, the talk about the Totinos, talk about the hot dogs, talk about the pizza pockets. We want to hear all of the good stuff. So that's very exciting, and we have big plans for that first cash out because they give you the money at the end of the month. And so I'm going to get some new headphones, and maybe we're going to get some better cameras for James.
No.
That's
You'll
specifically
trigger him.
for
You'll
Startup
trigger him. You'll trigger him. You'll trigger him.
I got so many cameras. The problem is, I've spent a lot of time thinking about it. You guys have your computers right next to you, and you have a table. People always are like, James has to pick up his stuff off the floor. I don't have a desk. I don't have a desk.
You do have a table. You refuse to set it up. There's a difference.
I have a folding table that's packed in my closet.
Yes, what do you think my desk is? It's a folding table. You've chosen to live in a transformer house. You have to transform from different things. And so you have to accept responsibility that you're going to have to transform that thing back and forth. And it sucks. It's a lot of work. It's extra work that you shouldn't have to do. But you live in a transformer
then I could
house.
put my camera close to my face. But no matter...
And
your
you
cameras
wouldn't have
do
to
look
reach to
great.
the ground to get your mouse and keyboard off the ground, right? It would just be there. You could type. I don't know.
Well, you know what's different today is you can't tell because I'm on a green screen, but I'm sitting on my couch today with a heated blanket. So it's a very different setup than usual.
James, can you see us? Because I trimmed my beard and now I don't feel like a real person.
Yeah, you look a little too pretty. I don't like it.
It's weird. It looks like I'm wearing like a glue-on beard. I can't wait for it to grow back.
I think you're looking all right, Morgan. It's not too bad. Looking
too crisp. It's not my style.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, shouldn't we spend some of this Patreon money James needs?
I mean, I've got a list of things that James needs.
I think I could decide what I need pretty well at that.
Oh, don't.
okay.
Yeah, we're not trying to control you, James.
But the number one
Constructive.
thing is, I definitely need Valheim. That I definitely need. That is like the number one purchase that I'm gonna ask for out of the Patreon. There, I said it.
Yeah.
Danny, do you have a better? We need to get you a light because right now,
Where'd your light go?
What?
Oh yeah, it's my monitor that does not.
I can't believe
I do have
I
lights.
gotta start making my camera look like Danny's.
Well, this is the first time that he's taken his screen brightness off. His
I
camera
was
still
trying.
looks better.
I was trying to make the voice activation a bit better because I seem to be going out a little bit.
You are.
And so so yeah, exactly. So I just switched over to a different screen, and I think it's a bit better now. But when I did that, obviously I used my screen as a light because you might as well get your money's worth out of it. And yeah,
Oh
it,
my goodness. A ring light. I actually might have a ring light. My housemate might have one for me. So
well, we discussed it, and I am going to buy a ring light. It's just I have to. Yeah, it's going on. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to get a light. James is going to get a camera and a desk.
the
You're gonna
moral of
get
the
a
story
headset.
is the Patreon is going really well. So if you want to support us, go to patreon.com/GameFront, and we're going to use that money to upgrade our equipment first and foremost and get new games. So it's going to a good place.
I was gonna wear. I got my mask, and it's got Morgan and I's face on it. It's great. I've been wearing it in public, but here's the. Before we go on, this is so crazy to me. When Morgan first got his mask, he. I gotta see his face when I say this story. Morgan got his mask, and it had the two folds on it, and it folds over our faces, and he's like, it doesn't show our face. It's like, you know how a mask works, right? The folds
Not that kind.
over.
I had no foldy ones.
I just don't understand how you would think that you would wear it the other way. The folds are to go.
I don't know. I thought that my face was too big, or
No, your face is a pretty normal size. What are you doing with your camera, Morgan?
my face is. I'm just hanging out. What are you doing?
Your face is turning like I would call it embossed.
Oh god, he's got the filters out again.
Here it comes.
No, I was adjusting because it's so bright. Okay, sorry. I've distracted us, but
Can we get the alien head back because the alien
I
head
have
was
one
very
more
popular.
announcement. We also had our first Patreon hangout where we played Jackbox with a couple of Patreons, and that was really fun. And we need to do a couple things about like putting a calendar together and like making it a little bit more official. But we had our test run.
We had a test run, and we might do more than just one hangout. But we are committed to doing one hangout a month. And I think I mentioned this before.
I would like to do it at least every other week.
That would be fun. But I would like to have the one that we schedule to be the last Saturday of every month at noon Pacific Standard Time, because it would that way we have that one and we can add more into it as it goes. The next time I was kind of thinking about doing Bomberman on Google Stadia, because I have a copy of Bomberman and everybody else can play for free, and theoretically it's up to 64 people playing.
Bomberman? I mean, yeah, I would give it a try. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Simon DG has a suggestion. He says, "Why not use the money to buy a PS5 for Demon Souls remake?"
Well, I can answer that. I think I've had that thought before, but I mean, if you can find a PS5 for sale at retail price, then let me know. But I don't think you can buy one. I just don't think they're just so out of stock that I just don't think
scalpers
you
be
can get them.
scalping,
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe when it stabilizes a bit, we can look at that, I guess. But for the minute,
release it on PC, right? Like, they can't just keep it from us again, can they?
Yeah, I think they will, but I think it's going to be at least a year before they put it on PC, maybe longer.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
All right.
That trash truck is taking its time. I think you should go out there and have a bit.
Trash truck. So one comes for the actual trash, one comes for the green waste, and one comes for the recycling.
Oh,
That's
so this is going to be going on.
Baby.
So this is good. Yeah, you burn 3 times the gas. You've burned 3 times the fuel to come and collect the green waste and the recyclables. Let's move on because I'm getting angry just thinking about that. Anyway, moving on.
All right. So, and
like
then
right
the follow-up was Mikkel Rose saying we need more introspective noodles in the world, and I can't not agree with that. I agree with it. I think everybody would. And then Mikkel Rose also says, "Jabs, you look handsome today."
You look handsome, very handsome. Did you just pop in to see if you looked handsome today again?
I hope I look handsome.
One thing to say about Introspective Noodle is he popped into the Discord over the weekend, and it's probably the most active that Discord has been since we
Oh,
started it.
really?
Like
He just
he
was dropping mind bombs.
he just blew up the chat for like 24 straight hours. It was great.
That's fun. Yeah, if you're not a part of the GameFront Discord, you can pop over there, or the Dying Adventure Bits Discord is also still available, which is more like I was trying to explain it to somebody. It's like a social media, except for everybody shares the same page. So if you haven't used Discord for that, it's pretty fun.
Now we're gonna go to the top here. Okay, and we have. I really enjoy this playthrough. Thanks for doing it. Coming from MW, you're welcome. And then last but not least on the Cyberpunk videos, even though I said I wouldn't watch before playing myself, I broke my word. I've been watching and enjoying. I'll probably forget any spoilers when I get around to the game. Gamerword.net. Well, thanks for joining in and watching. I've been having fun with it. I got last week, I think for all three of us, we've been super slammed. Just as the worlds collide.
I was just hanging out. I didn't
You were
even have to
just
work
hanging
last
out?
week.
What? How is that possible?
Wow.
I mean, you could have edited that Dark Souls video if you were just hanging out.
I could have done a lot of stuff, James, but I didn't. Okay.
Were you genuinely off work last week?
No.
Okay.
thank
I was
you.
going to say, if you were, I'd be pretty.
Yeah, I had.
Before we move on, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I had a couple days last week that I had 2 shows, which I was pretty lucky with. I've been busier than ever doing my college tour shows on Zoom, which has been financially a lifesaver.
Which is a racket. Let's just be honest.
It's a racket. Oh my god.
It's a racket.
Tell your college to bring me into a Zoom show. It only costs them a few $1,000s.
Jeez, I'll do it for a quarter of that. Oh, we'll just hang out.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What was the other thing? Because there was something more important than me talking about Zoom shows.
No, I was just going to say before we move on from Cyberpunk, since there weren't too many comments, I was just wondering how you're finding the game. Like, have you found it's been very buggy still, or has it been pretty stable for you? Or?
I think it's been. I haven't had any bugs since probably the first 2 weeks. Like, they're generally, I think that my computer, if it was better, would run it better. But it works good. I haven't had any more problems. I think the game's.
What about like
really...
the weird physics stuffs and like the exploding cars and like?
I haven't noticed any of that. It's also possible that it's just like I am the kind of guy that might not notice a car blowing up as I slow walk away. I haven't noticed any odd blowing ups. Oh, wait a second. There was one awesome glitch. When I tried to jump into a window, there was like, you have to sneak into this building. And like, I'm getting in, and every time I try to like hoist my body to go into the open window, it shot me like a football field away, and I'd have to walk by foot. And it did it 3 times in a row. I don't remember how.
It's just like I can't think of one single bug that I've encountered.
It was a funny bug though. It didn't bother me that much. I enjoyed it. It shot me like a football field away, and at first I was like, wait, did I teleport somewhere? And then I noticed in the distance the building was way far away.
I mean, the first time it would be funny. The second time I would be mad.
Well, the third time I really blamed myself for trying to go through that door again.
Wow.
It's not.
You know what
fault.
I ended up doing? I remember now. In order to get through it, and I think I might have edited out after the first jump because it was a long walk back to the building. But I had to do like the old Half-Life jump where you jump and crouch to get into something, and that's not, I'm sure, how they intended you to enter that building. There was drunk aliens trying to abduct me, is what Pelagius says. But yeah, that was pretty funny. But overall,
the amount of people on my team that are like jumping into Valheim right now is a lot. It seems like everybody's playing that game.
Yeah, it's blown up, that game. Really surprising, yeah.
All right, so any other questions on Cyberpunk before we move on to the next game in the queue?
No, thank you, good sir. That was all I was wondering.
So now we are going to go to Resident Evil. Let's see.
How bad do your guys' eyelids itch? A little bit or a lot?
None itch.
Oh, weird. Okay, cool.
Sorry, why do you ask?
Oh, just because my itch so bad. I have something wrong with my
Okay.
eyelids. It's been going on for a while. Sometimes they get really itchy. Sometimes they
what
turn
you
like,
gotta do, Morgan,
really
is
red.
you gotta stop yourself from itching them. Don't put any sort of ointment on them. Your eyes will heal themselves.
I did that for months, and they would still like every couple of weeks they would just like flare up and like turn red and
Have
like
you,
be really itchy. Yeah,
Have you
it's
tried
really
putting
weird.
a little bit of moisturizer on there? I find can be quite helpful.
Yeah, sometimes
Are you
that usually
serious? I gotta look
even
at
like
Danny. Are you telling the
even
truth,
like
Danny?
even like scentless moisturizer will like burn my eyelids when they're inflamed.
Yeah, yeah, it has to be a specific. Like the weird thing, I find after sun works for whatever reason. Like it doesn't sting or burn for whatever
American
reason.
question here: what is an after sun?
So it's what you put on after you've been in the sun. So like not
Aloe?
skin protector, but like the stuff you. It's like I can't. It's just called after sun. I don't know what to say.
I've never heard of this. Just lotion?
It's like a lotion that protects your skin after you've been out in the sun. You're not
Aloe,
supposed to use it. Yeah, basically, if that, I don't know what that is, but
the green
uh,
gel.
no, it's more like a moisturizer. Yeah, can you see that? That kind of stuff.
I've never heard of this.
Nivea After Sun.
Yeah, I've never.
Find.
Yeah, after the sun, I just lay down and just like think about how bad my skin hurts because I forgot to put sunscreen on.
Yeah, we'll try and find a bottle of this stuff. It works. Oh, that's gone. Oh, just to say as well, because I'm sure Simon DG just said that he's not a big fan of Apple. So just to say that I've got an iPhone here and
gross,
the watch
Dan.
and
Oh
everything.
my God.
So-
I would have never expected that out of you.
I know it's dirty, right? But
Yeah.
anyway.
You know what I've been really happy with? A couple of months ago, I picked up the Google 4A, and it's essentially like faster Google 2 with a better camera. It's been great, and it's like super cheap. I forget how much it was, but it was like
I
sub
want to get the
$500.
Google 5, but apparently the Google 5 is just like not even as good as the Google 4.
Yeah, buy the super cheap one. There's no reason not to. It works great.
I like spending extra money on garbage.
Good to know those Patreon dollars are going.
This is why you have 80 cameras and none of them are like picture perfect.
And mine's got like 50 hard drives, and none of them start
They all have
spinning
Windows
properly.
on
All right, so Pelagius says you've read 3
Moving on.
comments and move on. James, there was no more comments. I read all the comments that were in Cyberpunk. There was 5 total comments in Cyberpunk. So I'm sorry. I guess I could recheck to make sure I didn't miss any. Maybe they were.
I think that'd be the right thing to do.
I don't think
I'll
there were
check
any
it.
more. Just take off that I haven't responded option just in case.
Just in case.
No, but there's
yeah.
5. It says there 5, so I don't think there were any
And
more.
maybe I did.
Yeah,
maybe I skipped
I thought that I
Pelagius's.
haven't responded. You gotta always X that out.
Nope, nothing else. Nothing else, Pelagius.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just not popular enough, Pelagius, for whatever
Or
reason.
maybe what he's saying
No,
is you've read like 3 comments. It's time to move on. Like read more.
Oh, to read more comments? He's like,
That's
come on, come
probably
on,
what
come
he's
on.
saying.
The good stuff. We at the bottom here?
Give us the good stuff. We are at the bottom.
Introspective Noodle, and we're on Resident Evil 2, Episode 5. If you guys do Valheim, can you do a server like Minecraft and let us help you on your adventure? We could all be there together. I think it allows up to 10 people, maybe more, with continuous updates. Is that
sounds
Danny?
like
I'm
fun.
looking
I
at
don't
Danny.
know- I don't know how that works.
Danny?
To be honest,
can we have a Valheim server?
we can potentially do that. I'm not going to answer the question because
Wait, why aren't you to answer the question?
because I can't. That's why, basically, because I'm just
No, I
deeply
won't. I'm gonna stop.
deeply offended by this accent that he's doing, and I can't even get my sentence out before we even.
I won't
Sure.
do it again. I promise.
You know what I mean? Like,
How do the servers work?
I don't know, to be honest. So that's kind of the other reason I was shitting the question. I mean, if it works like a if it works like a dedicated server like Minecraft does, and I just need to run some software on one of our boxes somewhere, then that's fine. That's not a problem. So I don't see why it would be an issue, but I've not actually looked into it, so I don't know.
So somebody else do the research, put it up on Discord, and then Danny will do it. I'm assuming.
That sounds fair enough.
Yeah.
It looks like
So you don't like when I
wrote
say
his
Daddy?
comments in Patreon, which I feel bad, but I don't have it set up to capture Patreon. So I would say in the future, as fun as it is to write them in Patreon and see them there, just put them into the regular YouTube comments, right?
Or
Unless you guys.
But then
Copy
what's the
paste.
point of having the Patreon, James? Okay, we're gonna have to shut down the Patreon so that people will only comment on the YouTube videos.
Sorry, guys, it's been fun. Bye. No, just copy paste. Maybe copy paste your comment from Patreon into the YouTube as well, so that they, if you want them to appear on the video, if you want to keep them private,
I have
you know.
another solution. We'll just set up to read the Patreon comments.
No, that's too much effort.
It's just one more scene.
It is one more scene, but that would be one more scene for all of these things. Don't you see how?
Well,
it
maybe
says
we don't.
Resident Evil
Maybe
2
we
on
don't.
me?
Maybe we don't do it visually. Maybe I just read them.
Yeah, just read it out.
Read it out.
Let me just pull it up here real quick.
And
This
hurry.
is no problem.
Hurry.
We got to give the people what they want.
Gosh. Hurry.
You're in a hurry all of a sudden.
No.
What could you possibly have to do today?
I have stand-up comedy today at 6 p.m.
Did you write any jokes yet?
I'm
Oh,
using
no.
the jokes that you wrote. What? Those
Oh,
were pretty
really?
good.
Dude, they're gonna kill. Dude, they are. If you do that, it will honestly kill. I'm not joking.
Danny, do you know
Super
the jokes
secret
that he was telling?
Patreon comment on Cyberpunk 2077 leads you through part 11, Gone with the Window. Why are these? That's the longest title we have, right? So Pill says, don't worry, James. Cyberpunk has alien abduction problems. Sometimes you get teleported away, talking about how you were getting shot out of the old, whatchamacallit.
There it is. And that was the comment about the drunk aliens abducting me.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm going to be on Patreon and watch this whole time.
Okay. All right. So now we are at Resident Evil 2 second comment. Simon DG. By the way, you missed a hip pouch. Oh my god. We need those. Room at 55 minutes, and at 54 minutes you walked past gunpowder. Insane.
Wow.
Not even exploring the room to your right. You really got to search your surroundings, or you could end up in a situation where you don't have enough ammo to kill the next boss. If you aren't sure whether you've cleared a room, check the map. If it shows red, then you're not finished with it. Blue means there's nothing left to do in the room, which, I'm so sorry, it turns out that you're red-green colorblind because it's a green room. Maybe it is blue in Resident Evil 2.
James, such misplaced confidence.
I don't remember now that I say it like
Jesus.
that.
Wow, just so
We'll
cocksure.
see. We'll see. Okay. Backseat gaming, that's a terrible way to end the video. And probably very right. There was two problems with the way that we ended that video, Danny. One was that we ended it in a gruesome death. But the second was I didn't do any better than Morgan did in the situation, so we redid the same spot twice, knowing that we'd have to do it again today.
That's fine. We're showing people how we play the game. I think we need to, in general, just like stop judging the play. It is what it is. That's how you play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if we've learned anything this week, we just have to do.
Yeah,
We just put it out as it comes.
I can't wait to go in on James about it.
Yeah, but that's for later. But anyway.
Just know it's coming.
All right, Simon DG. There is no contextual kill. You kill him by pumping him full of lead, preferably in the big shiny eyeball that screams, "Hi, I'm the weak point." And you don't waste your precious resources on liquors when you already are low on ammo. They're blind, so exploit that weakness. James is right. You can just step past them, no need to slow walk. Their hearing isn't very sharp, so as long as you are not running, they won't hear you. I guess it's possible, Danny. We had a boss, and I talked. Did you see that episode? Probably not. I talked Morgan
I probably
into
didn't.
letting himself die because he wasted all of our ammo on this boss and killed him with the last.
He was trying
shot.
to make the he was like, oh no, you can't kill this boss. You got to find a way out. So I'm running around for 5 minutes looking for a way to get out of the boss fight. And he's like, no, it's you got to look over here. Oh, maybe look up. Like for like 5 minutes, it was infuriating.
Well, a couple of things. Sorry, go on.
And then I killed him with bullets.
Yeah,
Like a
I mean,
regular person.
I mean, I've played through Resident Evil 2, so I will say that sometimes if you do find yourself in a situation where you need to backtrack a bit, that's fine. It's a valid strategy to maybe not kill, well, either kill yourself or load an earlier game. But yeah, yeah. It's a bit bad that you've had to do it twice.
I think my gripe is that James made me waste like 5 minutes like during my turn, and then we had to do all of his turn, and then we're just gonna go back and do it the way that I was originally doing it, anyways.
And that's a valid
it's definitely not the most
gripe.
efficient way. I mean, going back and doing something again is valid, but just doing the same thing that you were doing to begin with, so it was just a waste of time to go back.
Well, here's the weird
and kill
thing
yourself
is,
and then go through again.
both of us killed
Sorry,
the
go.
boss with our last bullet in like
That
possible.
is very strange.
So that's why I thought that
say,
the context was you had to be out of ammo. So what I wanted to do today, and I'm
Me
glad
too.
that we learned.
I
we
also
did,
want to do this.
I was gonna put all of our ammo in the box
Mhm.
before we enter the boss room, so that contextually my one shot would kill the boss.
I would say whoever's turn it is, we do that, and it doesn't cost them a life just to see if it works. And if they move on past it, then that can be their life. But if it doesn't work, then they don't lose. They can keep going. They
Well,
don't
I
lose
mean,
their life.
people are saying that that's not how it works. I don't know if they know that for sure, though.
They don't know. Do you think these guys know what they're talking about just because they played the game a bunch of times? They don't know. They don't know what we know. They're not real scientists. They don't have explorative minds.
Well,
Wow.
Pelagius makes a good point in that the knife is quite powerful in the remake. So maybe you want to use the knife.
The problem
do
is
wanna
if you
use
get
the knife.
close to those bosses, they hit you.
Yeah.
Well,
Me too.
yeah, but no risk, no reward, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
as long as you've got enough health, you should be okay. Anyway, and one other thing actually before we move on, does anyone else find that comment was a little bit passive aggressive at the start, like with the whole the big shiny eyeball that screams "This is my weak point" or whatever? There's
Well,
very.
I mean, that's partially because I was like, shoot him in the eye, James, shoot him in the eyeball. And he's like, no, I got to let him hit these pipes first so that there's steam in the air.
I thought that we had to go through certain events that seemed to happen. Like, there is some weird things that happen. Like, there's different explosions that happen, different animations the boss goes through, and I got him to trigger those without hitting him. He made the steam appear. He went through the transition where those things. What?
You made him do those things? That's just what he does.
Well,
whether you're shooting him or not.
It took you shooting with grenades and a whole bunch of stuff for the smoke to be in the air and for him to have his
Which
eyeball
doesn't
open
affect
up.
anything.
For me,
The smoke doesn't
well,
affect
apparently,
anything.
If the open eyeball is where you shoot him, then my way of waiting till the open eyeball was there is the better way.
No, he opens his eyeball after you do a certain amount of damage.
I don't think so, but we'll see.
All right, we're going to be on this boss all day, so...
Okay.
Should I read one? I haven't read one yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isaac Sims. Oh, dang. I was excited for that Oblivion playthrough James was going to do and the Skyrim one Morgan was going to do.
Yeah.
Feelings, thoughts?
I don't think that there's necessarily. I don't think we're not going to do the Oblivion or the Skyrim playthrough. I'm not sure which one is on the cutting block. I kind of want. And we might just do it for a short amount of time since it's a procedurally generated game. But we could jump into Valheim today or whenever, not today, but whenever Morgan beats Dark Souls, we could pick that up as
Oh,
both
it's
of us
all on
playing
me
it.
again, huh?
Well, you're really close. Unless there's something that we don't know. I mean, once you beat Calamite, and once you beat that DLC area, the only thing there is to beat the game, right?
I guess, yeah.
Talk about building something up and then letting people down instantly, James. You're like, we could play this today, but not today because we're actually going
that's
to.
it. 'Cause we're gonna be recording for like 8 hours after this. That would be like physically impossible.
Yeah. But I don't know.
I do
it's
want to
possible.
restart doing streams in the morning. I think I'm mentally and logistically ready. I just have to, but it would only be on the Twitch because the only caveat is that I would need to do it from the Xbox, and Xbox only streams directly to Twitch. So if you, Danny, could you just shout out those logins? I'll type them up.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it after the stream, just
No, you can do it
in
now.
case.
I trust these guys.
Well, I don't want to paste it somewhere where James just taps over to it, puts it on the
Oh, no,
stream.
you can just
or
say it out loud.
Oh, right, yeah, sure. So the login username is
No, don't even. They'll be able to figure out in code if you give it in code.
Yeah. Well, if you catch the first stream, which I'm not sure when I'll start, I'll put our stream key and stuff up there so you guys have it.
I mean, to be honest, you see, like everybody knows the username. It's just GameFront.com, and the password is James Baby Bottom Heaney.
No,
So it's
you got to change that password.
I wish. Oh, I should change the Adventure Bits password and then let everybody know the password that we've been using for the last 8 years. They haven't made us change the password in like 8 years on any of our things, and I don't know why, because I feel like with my personal account I have to change it all the time. But we've had the same password for all the Adventure Bits stuff, and it's not a very strong password.
Okay, maybe you should be taking a degree of personal responsibility for that. Just saying.
I mean, nothing's happened. What are they gonna do?
Anyway, moving swiftly on.
All right, so here's the next one, and this one's from Dejessen Grundman. You could walk at full speed to sneak past the lickers as long as you don't touch the run button nor the licker. You'll be fine. I also suggest fighting them if stealth fails. Okay.
That's good.
I also suggest only fighting them if stealth fails.
Yeah. Jay's 1618. Exciting continuation. I'm only 10 minutes in, so I bet you figure this out before the video is over. But just in case there's a difference between grenades and flash grenades, you have to throw both of them, but grenades do a lot of damage. Oh, that is good. Edit. The contextual kill malarkey is approaching wet explosive levels of nonsense from Resident Evil 1. Lol. Malarkey. Well, yeah. Danny, did you ever hear about the wet explosives from Resident Evil 1?
No, I'm sorry. I don't actually watch our videos.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you know have you played Resident Evil 1?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
You know how you drain the water out of that shark tank?
Yeah, towards the end, I think.
James thought that if you drained the water and ran as quickly as possible down into the basement area, that you would be able to pick up explosives because they wouldn't be that wet because the water just went away.
What? Sorry, no.
Yeah, which now that I'm saying it out loud again sounds absolutely insane. And so drain the thing and then run because but they've been underwater for however long.
Yeah, there's a leap of logic there that I don't quite.
It's not that you have to get there really quick. I'm just saying they wouldn't put it surprised me that they put
it's definitely quick.
A big stack of dynamite in the game. And sure, it's wet, but a big stack of dynamite, if it's there, I'm still going to think you could use it. Like, they put the big stack of dynamite in the game. It says explosive. So sure, in reality, maybe wet dynamite doesn't work. But I don't even know. I wouldn't toss a wet stick of dynamite into a fire, that's for sure.
I wouldn't toss a wet stick of dynamite into a fire. There's your GameFront phrase of the day.
A euphemism of some sort.
that is what she said.
All right, continuing this one from J1618. To be fair to James, there was at least one enemy in Resident Evil 1 that you couldn't kill no matter how much ammo you threw at it. And it is safe to say that RE1 isn't the last RE to have an enemy like that. So it's not bad to always have a little bit of space reserved in your mind with any new significant enemy that you are always testing whether or not it can even be killed if you are shooting at it. At least some
Yes,
bosses in
thank
this game, if not all, brain is foggy, have weak spots. This first boss has a weak spot in the giant eye on his shoulder when it's open. If you manage to hit him there consistently, even just with the handgun, he will go down in less than a full clip on normal difficulty, I believe.
What?
Wow.
No way. I felt like every shot I made was in his eyeball.
No, you were. Oh my! Do you watch our videos? You should go back and watch it.
I watch him in slow motion and zoomed in, and it was just pop, 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 pop in the pupil, in the pupil, in the pupil.
Oh my gosh! I wish we had like a full-time editing team that just like in real time when James is saying this stuff could pull up the footage and zoom in and show his bullets going all over the gosh dang place.
So Pelagius says, and this is kind of a bittersweet comment here. I commend James for attempting to find an efficient solution to the boss fight. There are indeed boss fights in the Resident Evil series that can be cleared by surviving long enough for the timer to run out. But I can't believe you would go and ask Morgan to just die on a boss fight. Shame. Shame, shame, shame.
Shame, shame, shame. Agreed.
I deserve
that.
I really got to watch myself. I really.
It really broke me in the moment too. I like couldn't believe that was the coaching tip. It'd be like if you were coaching a football team and you were like, "Hey kids, I know you're all just 12-year-old football players, but you're getting your butts kicked. You should really just lay down and let these guys murder you." It was horrible.
Somebody said, "Is Danny muted?" I don't think Danny is muted, but maybe it's the Discord settings.
No, I think I was muted, but it's okay. I didn't have anything useful to say, so it's fine. Moving on. I mean, the only thing I was going to say is there seems to be a lot of shame that's been brought on you lately, but
and I deserve a lot of
James
it,
has been
honestly.
acting shameful.
Yeah, I've been acting shameful.
That's all there is to it.
All right,
Crispy AI, James's logic was reasonable, but he convinced himself too hastily. Cocksure. James Cocksure baby bottom heen.
I like it. That's that.
Drogdor. Excellent. This is the same day recording as the fan mail video where they read everyone mentioning the lickers being blind and thus walking past them is the right course. Surely they got... Oh, right.
That is actually a very, very, very good point. I don't... Yeah. Because, what happened? Like, is your short-term memory just that bad at this point that you just...
No, I was just telling him the whole time to walk past him.
I didn't know how sensitive the walk past was. And there's that one that's in the hallway, like, chilling.
Yeah, I guess I can understand that. I didn't know how sensitive it was either. Like, you really
and then there's
close.
Then there's like a room full of them. Like, there's like 3 in a little tiny room, and I didn't know how like. I thought they had some kind of hearing because I feel like they've come after us before.
Yeah, they do hear. They're just no, they're blind, but they can hear you. But as long as you don't. To be fair, when I first came across the lickers, I found them quite confusing. Like they were. I think because you run everywhere, I didn't quite understand what triggered them or not. But I think once you get into your head, that it's as long as you're not running too quickly or make any loud noise. I think they're generally okay and they leave you alone. It doesn't matter how many of them there are or where they are, as long as they're not on the floor as well and they're not too close to you.
They're on the floor.
Oh,
there's
they're real close.
One on the floor, there's one on the wall, and then there's another one on the floor.
Yeah.
I was able to walk past them on my turn if Drugdor was watching. On my turn, I'm getting excited here. I risked it all and I walked past a whole bunch of them successfully.
Yeah, which we will do in the future. And now we know. I won't do any head pops. But in my mind too, like if the lickers are blind and they can't hear that well, like you should be able to like pop off one round in a corner and then run to the other corner and then or like walk to the other corner and then just like walk around them.
Yeah, for whatever reason it doesn't work. If you make they just come straight for you.
Yeah.
And the one thing you don't want to do is get into a fight with them because they're an absolute bitch to kill. Like they're really Yeah, you can do it, like obviously, but it's
I could
such a
do it.
waste of bullets and stuff. You don't want to do it if you can help it.
I mean, I could
Like-
definitely do it.
Yeah.
All
Anyway,
right, Mikkel Rose coming at me hard. James Beatty B. Bottom Heaney is a spider the way he spins his words in favor for him, even though he's completely wrong, but he just can't admit it. Poor guy. At least he
Can I
includes
just-
my favorite thing, which is pity.
Pity. Yeah. Which
Sorry,
I think you did on purpose.
James, where did James Baby B Bottom Heaney come from? Because it doesn't say that on the screen, and you clearly said B Bottom Heaney.
Baby, baby,
What it means. Mitch
Oh, this-
West,
this-
James
this
always
one's
with
harsh.
the worst advice. Facepalm. It's clearly
Wow.
a box fight. Why do you think they're giving you all that ammo and grenades? Context.
I'm not going to respond to that. I have nothing to say to that.
You know, yeah, because you know what you did.
I mean, yeah, I am sorry. Shame, shame, shame.
Shame, shame, shame. Now
Shame,
you gotta,
shame.
now you gotta march through here naked, and we gotta shame you.
Wait for
Wait,
my
what are the rules on
stand-up
that, Jamie?
routine tonight. What was that?
Dude, if you stand up to reveal that you're in an adult diaper and you reach into that adult diaper and pull out handfuls of peanut butter, I will lose my mind.
That is literally what Morgan thinks I should do for my stand-up show today. is
He doesn't
thinks
have
I
a joke. He doesn't have a single joke written, and it's like 6 hours
Wait.
from now or something.
Sure, wait, hang on a second. So you've got a show in 6 hours. You don't have a single line of material,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
and the
It's
best thing
7
you've got
hours.
is Morgan
It's
telling
7
you to.
hours.
Oh well, that helps. You know, I always write my best material in that last hour. Not that I'm a stand-up comic, but so question. So when you said you had a bunch of jokes for Morgan, what you really meant was you had one one thing, which was for him to stand up wearing what? Wearing some sort of underwear and just having
Okay, all
peanut.
right. Here's the thing. He's got setting up a joke and blah blah. As he's setting up the joke, it could be about anything. He stands up, and then he's just like his belly button down, and you can see that he's wearing an adult diaper. And then he
Okay.
reaches in and like pulls like peanut butter out of the adult diaper, and then I don't know, he eats it or rubs it on his belly or whatever.
He's going to get thrown off the circuit if he does that.
Well, that's
you
what he
can't do that
says.
in on a college stand-up show. Like,
No,
for-
I mean,
Well, this one's not college. This is an adult show.
okay.
Luckily, otherwise,
Oh,
I
well,
would not be
yeah.
able to use that
Adult
material.
humor, come on.
I think it's expected then. Like maybe it's not the kind of show that you thought it was, but oh my
I
days,
did
James,
sign
do you
up
not
for
have
an
it? do-
adult video tonight.
Did it actually specifically say adult show,
Yeah,
adult
it's
comedy
adult,
show?
looking
Because that,
for
yeah.
adult content, and I figured I could do some stand-up comedy.
He's gonna improvise. He's gonna do crowd work over Zoom. It's
This
a
is a dumb
nightmare.
question. A dumb question, but do you not have like a set like a
No, he
a
doesn't.
No, okay.
When I asked him, he's like, "Oh, I've got some stuff that I wrote a long time ago," and I was like, "Oh, let me hear it." And he's like, "I don't remember."
Why don't you just take one of the videos of you doing a show at Bear Supply and just play that, and you don't even have to attend? Then your evening's free. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
you just nailed it. Job done.
Like, why is he a packed audience?
I've
with
just
hundreds
got a lot of
people?
really, I've got a lot of really good
Just say it was
content
CGI.
about the years like 2010-ish. Like that's when I had the best stand-up I've written, and I feel like it's timeless.
Do it. Just
No,
play
I'm
the
really
video.
worried for you, Jeb.
I'm not worried about it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
That's the problem. You're not worried about it.
Do you know what? Do you know what I like? Do you know that song that you did with it about the when you
Hot
were
dogs and Pete's
smoking?
Pockets? Oh.
No,
Well,
no.
I
It was a song.
probably-
It was a song
Hot
about.
dog, Pete's Pocket.
Smoking
Hot
weed,
dog,
yeah.
Pete's Pocket. Hot
Yeah,
dog, Pete's Pocket.
James had a bit.
Bagel bites.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that would fit afterwards, but like, he had a bit about where he's doing a song about getting paranoid because he was smoking too much weed and like the government were coming to his door and stuff. Do that. That was funny.
I can definitely
I like
do
that.
that, and that'll take like 3 minutes of the time, and I think it'll be. Thank you, Danny.
How long
Now
is
that's
your set?
constructive. When I have Morgan coming at me talking about wearing adult diapers and pulling peanut butter and eating it on camera, I mean it's
Yeah.
funny, but I think it might not
I mean,
be
do you want
the
some
quality I'm
food?
going
Do you want-
for.
Do you want people to giggle, or you want them to lose their goddamn minds?
I don't want to be Darkseid changing the comic universe over here. I want to just be James Heath.
Alright.
Well,
People laugh.
what's the last thing? The live chat, One Man Wolf Packable says, you could get the jokes from the live chat. So if the live chat wants to write a bunch of jokes for James's set tonight,
Absolutely. I am.
we'll record it. See if he doesn't.
It's super minimum.
I gave you
way
the best
below me.
material that you'll ever do in your whole life, and you're not going to take it.
And to be fair, it's pretty bad, Morgan. I wouldn't. I
not
don't
quite
think you should do
desperate
it.
It's because you're not getting the visual, I think. Like, if you saw someone do that, if you saw someone doing straight-laced stand-up, and then all of a sudden they stand up and reveal that they're wearing an adult diaper, reach in that adult diaper and pull out what looks like poop, and then I poop myself, and then they rub it on their face and eat it, I think that you would like it.
I think two things. Firstly, it might work if James, like, if it was delivered deadpan, which I don't think James is deadpan. But like, if he did it deadpan, that might work.
Ooh,
Secondly,
he doesn't have the chops for it.
well, no, he might do. Maybe he can. But the second thing is, even with that said, it's a gamble, right? Like, it's either going to go over well, or he's never going to work again. Like, it's a risky move, is all I'm saying. Like, it could go either way.
What would be bad about it?
Well, somebody records it thinking that he just didn't realize the camera was on. The next thing you know, it's blowing up over the internet. Like, the police are knocking on his door. He's on CNN. What's that guy who goes around trying to
done
trick you?
anything illegal, and having a viral video would be great.
Or even worse,
he's
I get like what do they call it? Typecasted, where that's all I ever get asked to do anymore. I gotta go on the Tonight Show and do the thing again.
Oh, so sorry! I gave you so much success, James.
He hasn't done anything illegal, but what he has done is he's put his hand down his pants while wearing an adult diaper on a webcam. Which, to be fair, for people trying to make it in Hollywood, is probably not the best of looks.
No.
It's possibly happened before. Not naming any names, but like, I don't know. I'm just saying it's just a bit of a gamble.
Wait, what's going on?
I don't know.
Let's see here.
Anyway,
Dark Souls 46 expert walkthrough. Kevin Bullock, look like you duplicated Death 480. Vid ends 482, not 481. Oh boy, James, what's going on?
Looks like you duplicated Death 480. Video ends at 482, not 481.
Wait, wouldn't it make it the opposite? Yeah, so you've messed up the death count.
I'll have to take a look. Well, I noticed that I messed up the death count, which is why I ended up putting in the spoiler, because I had so many deaths. There was like
wait, no.
What?
You didn't put that video in because you messed up the death count. You would have just changed the death count if that was the case. You wouldn't have produced an entire video and edited it into the video instead of just fixing it.
So this is the thing: is every single one of those deaths, and there was like 30 deaths in that video. I have 3 little PNGs, and the top one is the number. So I would have to shift every single one.
I do the same thing. We do this. You just copy pasta and then change the last number.
On the video that you have 30 wrong numbers, you would have to change each one of those individually. So instead of going back, I just put a note and I said, I know that I'm 1 off on here. I'm going to add 1 to the next.
That was the only thing you put in there.
But when I did that, I was looking at the video. It's like, I've died more than maybe in any video I've ever seen. And I felt guilty to make somebody think, well, of course they're not going to keep going with this video if they're not going to complete it. So I put in a little tiny clip of me saying,
we'll talk about it when we get there. Isaac Sims, hey guys, I just started the vid and saw that you didn't beat the boss based on the comments. Don't get discouraged, James. They don't call Champion Gunner champion for no reason. Look at the positives. You have retained so little expectation or respect in this walkthrough so far that there is no way to go but up. you're at rock bottom, so it can only get better. I have faith in you. Also, Dragon's Dogma and Oblivion. Roasted. Slow roasted.
I don't know.
You're at rock bottom, baby. Hey, what's up, Jays? Welcome to the party, pal. El Scorcho, would Aaron be open to selling that SG? I'm interested.
There's no way she would ever sell that. I mean, I guess everything has a price. I could ask her, but she considers that SG to be like a baby to her. She loves it. But
Wait, did
everything
you
has
just in a
price.
roundabout way say that there's a price that you would sell your own child for?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
If somebody was like, "I'll give you $2 million for your baby," it would be
Wait,
criminal
what?
not to. It would be criminal.
2 million
not
is
to
such a small amount for a
But
baby.
think about it. Oh, I just dropped this. But think about it.
He's getting excited.
It's just like, I'm going to sell my baby.
I got $2 million.
I'm going to be in the money. What?
This person
Wait,
thinks
You're
the
gonna
baby's
sell
so
your
precious.
baby for $2 million?
This person that's
That
offering
is
$2 million
quite-
wants a baby so bad that they'd pay $2 million. They're gonna raise that baby better than I'd ever raise it. And
How do you know
I'm gonna
that?
have $2 million. How do
Oh,
I know?
there's
Because
so
they're willing
much-
to
this-
put $2 million up front.
There's so much. There is a lot morally and sort of ethically wrong with this, James. Like, I don't even know
Yeah.
where to begin.
I'm
Like,
just looking out for the
oh.
baby here. If somebody gives me $2
oh,
million,
right, okay.
then
If somebody's
mean-
able to make an impulse purchase and just decide I'm going to buy a baby for £2 million, then they're probably not the best people to.
To be fair,
in all fairness,
do you
if I'm
think
the kind of guy
do you
that would
think
take $2 million, I probably shouldn't have the baby anyway.
Yeah, he's convinced me. James shouldn't have that baby, but he
No.
shouldn't be selling it for $2 million. You should give it up to like an adoption agency or
Oh
something.
no.
Yeah,
That's
like
like,
do the right thing. Like,
No,
Wow.
This will be relatable. I think Morgan will get this. You don't want to have a free comedy show. A free comedy show nobody's going to go to because they're going to think it's not that good. You want to put a price on it. That way people know it's worth something. If I say I'll give this baby away for free, everyone's going to know
You're
it's
a
probably
monster.
a garbage baby.
You're
I
an
want-
absolute monster.
No.
Yeah,
You
but-
gotta sell
well-
it for
well,
big
for-
bucks.
first of all, you don't actually have any material for your comedy show tonight, so you can't, say that I can put a price on this because, like,
Yeah.
you don't actually have anything to put a price on. And secondly, I don't think you can compare that to having a baby, which is a slightly more serious issue in the grand scheme of things.
And you're talking about perception and not content. So would you rather go to a free show where somebody had a well-prepared and practiced comedy set, or would you rather pay for a show where you could obviously tell the guy was just improvising over Zoom?
It's just scale like jelly out of his fucking.
Would you rather have your expectations dashed in either situation, or would you rather have your expectations held up?
If you're sitting down
Yeah.
for a $3,000 Zoom show, you know that it is
$3,000 Zoom show. Who's
Yeah.
paying
Well, tonight's show's not that
$3,000?
expensive. Tonight's show's not that expensive, but the college shows I
Yeah.
are like $3,000.
I wonder why American college is so expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, the gate is $3,000, right? Not $3,000 to see the show. That's not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
not to see the show. That's how much it costs to. And I shouldn't really get too into it. That's the general. I don't know the business end of it, but that's in fact I've said.
Matt's
too much.
watching this right now. He's
I'm
gonna come for you.
I'm sure that it's affordable to bring to your college. You should reach out.
Oh my goodness. Oh no.
You've got to spend that $12,000 this semester somehow.
Well, that's what they do. They get a certain amount of money that they have
I
to
know.
spend, and if they don't,
Yeah.
they don't get
Well,
it the next year.
That's
Can I-
this
can I-
is okay. This is an insane thing about the way that like a lot of institutions work. Like they give you a set amount of money, and if you don't spend that amount of money, then the next year they give you just the amount whatever you spent, or they lower the amount that you get. So if the next year you actually need more money, you don't get it because the last year you didn't need as much. It doesn't have anything to do with what's happening in reality. It's just a like blanket, well, you only needed 10,000 last year, so you can do it for 10,000 this year, not bringing into like inflation or any other outside factors.
Do you want to know an interesting fact? Like, it's the same in like governments and stuff, right? That's what
Yeah.
they do. They try and spend the money because they need it for the budget next year. So what you'll find is if you like this time of year around February, March, you'll notice that there's like 5 times as many roads being dug up and relaid or whatever because
Yeah.
the councils or whatever are just furiously trying to spend money so that they've got it again for the budget next year.
It's insane.
So if you're trying to sell a
Yeah.
baby, sometime around January to March is a good time if you're going to sell it to the government.
That was not my point. And also, can I not to get dark with it all or anything, but I just want to say that there are people out there who maybe can't have a baby for various different reasons. You know, they need to adopt and things like that. I think it's a bit, insensitive of you to try and sell yours for $2 million when there are people who are in like genuine situations like that. Not to bring a downer on the whole situation, but just the whole concept is mental.
I
Like,
mean,
absolutely.
it's very obvious that James doesn't understand the gravity of a baby.
About
He has
15
no
pounds.
concept of what a
About
baby
15 pounds,
is,
I'd imagine.
how they're made. You think a baby is 15 pounds when it comes out?
I mean, not when it comes out. Not when it comes out. I'd say
And you shot him way down from $2 million to 15 pounds. That's disgusting.
I can't cope with this anymore. Should we just move on?
all right. Here we go. So where are we?
We're on Gustavo. Gustavo, I love watching your videos. It's been helping me through a tough time, but getting that out of the way. James, you need to spam roll when your character is trying to get up after getting knocked down. Also, you need to go back to Cathedral of Deep Bonfire, and to left is Paladin's Ashes. Use it to get Lloyd's Shield Ring. It will save you a lot. Finally, in the Road of Sacrifice Bonfire, right before the bridge to the right, there is a ledge you can fall down to. It will get you Braille Tome for Miracles. This will let you get Tears of Denial. This should serve you well the rest of the game. Hopefully avoiding death from now on. So yeah, you should have Tears of Denial.
What is Tears
when
of
I
Denial?
when I played
like something I'd
through
love.
the chat, definitely pushed me to get it. I think there's a one coming. Yeah, Dark Page says something about it coming up. It makes it so that when it's essentially like you're a half orc in D&D. When you get down to 0 hit points, it actually puts you at 1 hit point. So you even if you get killed, you stay alive, and then at 1 hit point, and then you can heal or whatever, or get away or
That's
attack, whatever you gotta do.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
But it's
so
kind of a
here's the big
crutch.
one.
I don't know.
Here's the big one. And I don't know,
yeah.
is John Dickinson in the audience right now by chance? I got Facebook friend requested from somebody. I don't know what the name was. It was like Terry or like John or something crazy. It was not John. It was some name, but then in parentheses it said John Dickinson, and I kind of wanted to say yes, I'll be friends with that person, but I was so concerned with the fact that it had it was the wrong name at first. I don't know. It's like, why would you have the wrong name and then the name that I know of you from the internet in parentheses? I think it's the same John Dickinson, but I don't want to risk it.
How many John Dickinsons? So somebody added him on Facebook and they had a name, but then they had in brackets after it John Dickinson, which I assume was to let James know that he was John Dickinson from YouTube.
But it was his Facebook name.
Specifically for that reason.
Yeah, but his Facebook name had John Dickinson in the parentheses, and not like I don't know. I'm a little concerned. If there was a mutual friend, I would totally. And with confirmation in this scenario, if it is the same John Dickinson, I will accept that Facebook friend request.
I mean, how many John Dickinsons do you know? Like, there can't be that many.
Yeah,
of them.
it's him.
It's clearly got to be him, right? Like,
yeah, you've way overthought this.
How many Johns do you know?
You're treating your Facebook more delicately than you would treat your own child.
Oh no, that's
true, you monster.
Oh, now you've put it that way, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Everything you say, I have to compare it to that. Because if you were more concerned about your Facebook chat than you are about a baby,
I am concerned about the baby. It's a good thing if the baby's getting given to somebody that has millions of dollars. I mean, what's the worst case scenario?
Why? No.
Is they want to make some sort of Weapons X type
stop.
of like...
We gotta stop. We're not going to talk about the worst case scenarios.
Okay, I
we
guess
need to move on from this. This is just
big. Okay, let's move on. I'm just saying, there's also a lot of things that could be good.
Oh, you want to keep talking about it?
No.
I'll tell you why it's a bad idea.
no, I don't need to
Flatly.
hear your negative
No,
points of view.
flatly tell
When
you.
I think to myself,
Why it's a bad
first
idea.
day baby goes to mansion, it's a great day for baby at mansion. All right. I know that you guys are thinking all the worst things in the world.
It's a
But
great
picture-
day for baby at mansion. What is happening right now?
Yeah. I
Baby at
just
mansion
in
is a
James's
cool-
mind, it like having money makes you some kind of moral stalwart. How many people become rich through nefarious ways?
Uh,
Yeah,
50%.
they're clearly like
every one of
either.
them.
Yeah.
There's very few rich people that haven't done something to exploit another person. I can't
If
think
not
of one.
illegally, then morally. Yeah, like if not illegally, then morally. Like they're either like a
Yeah.
major capitalist, like or they're a drug dealer or something, mafia don. And the other point to that as well, James, is like the baby doesn't know it's in a mansion. It's a baby, right? The baby's not going to like first day in the mansion. Baby's like, ooh, a
All right.
mansion. Anyway, sorry, yeah.
The
moving
Darkest
on.
Dragon has
fair,
a really good
fair.
point. Move on, James. FFs.
All right, we're moving on. Here it is. John Dickinson. Why the spoiler at the beginning? LOL. Not really a fan of that. I think honestly you would benefit from fighting him once or twice without trying to kill him. Just go in and dodge. You spam dodges a lot. You roll when you are already out of range of his attacks. Roll 1-2 times more than are needed to dodge what he's doing. That sort of thing is making it so you don't have windows to attack or heal. Spend a death or two just learning his moves. That's how you beat how I beat the last boss of Sekiro.
So moving on from one controversial topic to another, let's talk about
this
the
is a really so somehow James was editing this video and he thought that like 8 minutes in that he should interject a fake crying
That was
bit.
It was.
Was it a bit?
Okay, it was a bit.
Maybe you can explain it better because I couldn't understand why it was there.
I put it there because in my mind, I've been thinking, well, we do videos. In my mind, it was going to be every day. I didn't know Morgan was going to slack off last week and not edit his Dark
Okay,
Souls
all
video.
right. Okay, I
But
know
I
why you're
wanted-
lashing out, and I accept it.
And I wanted, if people didn't have enough time to watch everything, to know this video isn't going to end with progress. So you could come back next week and we would be together again at this same boss. You can watch the rest. But if so, that's why I was just trying to.
But why
trying
would you
to-
ever watch the rest? Just like it doesn't make sense to me. Like if you tell, because it takes away all hope. I bet if we looked at the analytics, like from those first like 100 and something views, that it just dropped off directly after or in the middle of that speech.
And it's very possible, but if it did, then that probably means those people didn't want to watch a video of me failing at the Gunder.
You don't know that.
Would you rather them have had watched it and regretted it afterwards?
Well, I think the thing is you kind of took away the choice,
Yeah.
which is probably the issue.
Wait, by putting in there, I gave them the choice. They wouldn't have known.
Well,
the
you
difference if I-
spoiled it.
because-
Whether somebody wanted a spoiler or not, they got the spoiler.
Exactly.
What
you didn't
I'll
say
do in the
like if
future
you don't
is
want
I'll
to.
say, there's going to be a spoiler in a second. You might want
No, first
Just
there
don't
should be
get-
no future for this type of video production. Second, if you absolutely have to do it, it should be in the chat and it should say like all the regular chat stuff, and it should say spoiler alert below. Do not read past this line if you don't want a spoiler. Press enter like 15 times and then put in like, hey, just so you know, I don't beat this boss. If you want to stick around for the chat and the banter, that it's a really good video for that, because Morgan does this really funny bit about adult diapers. But instead,
Jesus.
you just shocked people with a spoiler whether they wanted it or not.
Well, can I just
And
take that
that's
one step
trash.
further? I don't think I agree with that, but I don't think you should actually do a spoiler at all. The reason why is because even if you just say spoiler, that the only reason for doing a spoiler is because like you're going to say that, you know what I mean? And based on everyone in the chat right now, they're basically saying that the reason that they were so disappointed about it was because they like feeling the hope and sort of like egging you on and stuff and just being behind you. And when you take that away, like the whole video just sort of crumbles apart. Really, like there's not much. So
here's my solution. What I'll do is I will add some more spoilers where I say, look away. I'm about to give a spoiler if you don't want to see it.
Did you not listen to what I just said?
Well,
James, did you not?
Danny, listen, I'm a smart guy. And then some of the times, if it's a spoiler, I'll say, I was just making it so that not all spoilers mean I don't beat a boss. I'm not going to say one way or the other.
So you're going to do fake spoilers? So you're going to do fake...
Just one.
The most shocking thing for me is that, like, I had no idea, like, no idea what was going to happen. There was no consultation. There was no like, hey guys, I'm thinking about doing this thing that no one's ever done before in any of the videos that we've ever produced. What do you think? It was, you just did it flat out. Because if you would have mentioned it to me, I'd been like, that's a really bad idea. People are going to hate that.
The first time I found out about it was when I was just looking through the comments and like there was all these really angry sort of upset comments and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I
watched the first couple of minutes and then I was like, what are they talking about? It was 8 minutes into it. So you've already invested into the video. You've like sat down, you've got your snaps ready, everything's going good.
I know, you're making me
actually your afternoon's ruined. This video isn't worth watching.
Oh, I actually feel guilty. Oh no.
Okay, well, I won't let it happen that way again. That's the only time it's going to go like that. Thank you, Zach. I think I accidentally tapped the microphone to go lower. He said it's
we should just be communicating more because like that's the thing that always holds us back is we have we can only communicate so much when we have different schedules, whatever. People live other places. We should just be checking in with each other for those types of things because I want to be doing different like stuff, but we should be using each other as sounding boards for that. Anything that like goes against the grain of what like we're all expecting. Us as the video producers and the audience as the people who are watching it.
We probably shouldn't rag on James too hard, like in public. We should maybe take this offline. But
no, I prefer it in public.
There's nothing wrong. James thought he was doing a solid to the people. I would have definitely gone against it. Like stuff happens. It's akin to. Do you remember? When were you there when Al in the Copernauts tournament or the tournament at the West Side Comic Theater got up and was like, he like 2 weeks before the tournament he's like, hey, I want to get the suggestion. We're like, cool, yeah, no problem. He got up and he was like, we've been doing this for a really long time and normally we would get a suggestion here, but I don't think we need one. And then everyone on the team was like, wait, what's happening? Because nobody knew that was going to happen, and he didn't get a suggestion and it was terrible. It felt like that. I just felt surprised by it. Like, wait, what?
That's wild. I feel like I've done that before too.
just shocked your team with like a big twist.
I'm trying to remember what it was, but it doesn't matter.
See, Darkest Dragon, that's exactly what happened to me. Got my ramen dinner, was pumped, and boom, was so annoyed. He sat down. I can imagine it in my mind. Sat down with your dinner. You're like, I've got a good 40 to 50 minutes of gameplay to watch. I'm just going to chill after a day of work. And then, bam, spoiler. Did you throw the ramen?
I was going to say, did you order that ramen? Did you have it delivered from a takeaway or something? Did you pay for it, or was it just something you had in the cupboard? Like, was it a pot noodle job, or if you paid money to have some guy come out and deliver in like some ramen dinner?
Is not what's important here. It's the expectation being included.
No, it's worse because he spent money on it. It's a treat. It's the end of the week. He's spent his hard-earned money on this ramen takeaway dinner. After waiting a week for the video, and he sat down and he's just about to tuck in, and then all of a sudden.
So you're saying if it was free ramen, it wouldn't be very good, but if it was $2 million ramen, it would be.
I mean, it's pouring fuel on the fire, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, it doesn't help. All right. It was you know what, Darkest Dragon, jump in Discord. I'll sort you out for the money for that. Anyway,
All
I
right.
feel bad about that. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah, we got to move on. This one is really gonna dig at Morgan, and actually, I feel like it's questioning our friendship a little bit. Dark Page says, I think it's really crazy that Morgan was using the second chance spell that we all pushed him to get, which saved him a bunch. And he hasn't once suggested it to James. Who's really sabotaging this playthrough? Why have I never heard of this second chance spell before today?
Yeah, Tears of a Miracle or whatever it's called. Miracle Tears, Tear of Miracles. Yeah. I don't know. I used it. I don't think it's that important. It is important, and I also thought that you got it in an area that we haven't been to yet. I thought it was from the like I don't want to. I'm trying to say it without spoiling it, but yeah, there's an area that we haven't been to yet that I thought that that's where you got it. But we got lined out with directions. I also don't think it's that powerful, and I don't even know if you have the stats to use it. But we'll find out.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna know. I want the second chance spell. I can't believe you would try to take that from me.
Well,
what kind of monster are
like
you?
I feel like every time I give you a suggestion, you don't really take it. So I don't even know if it would have helped if I was like, "Oh, you should go get this thing."
All right. Well, I'm gonna move on, but I am disappointed in you.
We'll go get it today.
Put that link in the Discord, my guy. What is the link again?
That's the link to your show on Monday today.
Oh, okay. I'll try to get that link today.
Is this something that anyone can sort of buy a ticket for, or is it kind
It's
of?
it's totally free. It's from a group called We Make Movies. They don't have a very big channel, so there's probably not going to be that many people watching it. But
it's on Twitch.
It's on YouTube, but they do like seminars for SAG. So like they'll put together like a seminar that's like, this is how you do like low budget movie making and this and that. So it's like, it's a good group of people to be asked to do it for, and they're kind of in a small position. So and the people that have been on there haven't really been used to doing stuff like this. It's very difficult transition. So I feel like I could have an opportunity to go in and kind of have fun. Sure, I'm sure
So,
have some jokes written.
YouTube / We Make Movies. Okay, cool. I found. You know what I'll do? I'll share it around the social media and everything. So we'll try and get a bit of an audience in for you.
I mean, that would be nice. I mean, now I'm a little more nervous than I was before, but.
Oh, it's fine. With the material you've got going on behind it, you'll be fine. There's nothing to be worried about. As long as you've got a big, healthy stack of jokes ready to go.
Or a big, healthy stack of peanut butter. If you just put an adult diaper on, put some peanut butter in there. You don't have to stand up and use it, but if it's going bad,
all right,
you could
do it. Fair.
No.
It's fair. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. That makes sense, Morgan.
Exactly. Thank you.
I feel like, okay, if you have to have it there, but just please, that's got to be the last ditch kind of. This show has died. It's bombed. I'm just gonna go with the jelly thing because like it just the peanut butter jelly whatever because like it's.
Oh, peanut butter and jelly? That's disgusting.
Yeah, well, what is it you were saying? I'm not sure.
What would the jelly be? Oh,
jelly. I don't
know. What is the jelly?
I don't know. I don't know what you would. Whatever he's got to.
This bit has gotten dark.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't feel like I'm going to be invited to do these in the future. But anyway.
All right.
David H. You used Hidden Blessing, and that reveals blue stuff. Divine Blessing is what you needed for your health. So when you threw on that Hidden Blessing, you were just refilling your blue, not your health. That's why I didn't heal you. Pelagius, who's here with us in the chat. I don't know, James. It's like as if it's your first rodeo. After a constant struggle to find an easy way out, your base skill deteriorated almost completely, which is what I've been talking about since the beginning. So now you know the rules, you know the moves, but there's a major disconnect between your knowledge and your ability to perform in spite of OP build. I'd imagine Morgan could beat Gunder in one try with your current build. Flex Gang. Read more, please.
I don't know if we need to. I feel like
Read
I've gotten
more,
enough
please.
out of it.
No, we got a little bit more here. As for the shield situation, I understand you play Souls games once a week, but all 3 games have the same stats except for ADP and Dark Souls 2. And you could have noticed by now that shields block better with higher their stability stat. Ethereal Oak Shield overall is same as Great Crest Shield. It's a support item, not an actual shield for blocking. Since even fully upgraded, it boasts pathetic 53 stability. For your current strength, the best shield you can use is Spider Shield. Since even not fully upgraded, you easily can get it to 60 plus stability, and it's lighter, so you have even more armor options. I think that's a good tip.
That's a very good tip. I'm going to use.
You should let me beat this guy for you.
Good too. Get out of here! No.
Just one time, just one boss.
Oh, David H. When
just give me one life, and if I beat him,
no,
then you have to keep the baby.
I'm getting rid of it. When James freaks out, he spams the roll button. He gets hit on the roll, every roll. If he slows down and times just one of the rolls, he will do a lot better. Yeah, that's
agreed.
True. Nick Hanley. Oh, Hanley. Wait, we were told how to say that.
Yeah, and he said one more time. I do.
Oh, God, can you say it for me? Nick,
you should be able to do this, James. Just keep your distance and rock him with the Chaos Bed Vestiges. I think you could benefit from the Fire Clutch Ring too. You just need to keep up the damage, not chug in his face. Simon DG, did they even pick up that ring? I don't know if we have the Fire Clutch Ring.
No, I would definitely have it on.
It looks like we're gonna have to go do some fetch missions before we go fight Gunther again.
Okay.
Right. Thunderlord, just a few tips. It's better to keep the Sage Ring on. Also, don't attack after healing. Just dodge the next move, then start attacking again. That's solid advice.
Okay. All right, El Scorcho thinks it's good for the stand-up. I guess I'm still.
That's not what he said. You didn't read what he said.
Okay,
El Scorcho, I really like this adult diaper skit. Praise hands.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's good comedy.
You know what you could do? You could do like a test run of it now just to see how well it goes down with the audience. Have you got an adult diaper to hand?
No, unfortunately not.
No.
You could make one out of like a towel.
Yeah, or just a T-shirt or something.
No, that would just look like a towel. I don't.
Yeah,
you
T-shirt's too thin. You would just see right through it.
Then I'd get banned.
Oh, that's true. You don't want a wardrobe malfunction. That would be bad. Yeah.
All right, El Scorcho. An underrated comedic aspect of this video is that James tried several times to, and expressed confusion at being unable to, two-hand his own fist. I didn't even read that. The concept alone makes my brain explode. I mean, let me just show you what I mean. And Nick Hanley says, yeah, that's a pretty rare technique. It takes years to master, as I understand it. Let me just... on camera.
Wait, yeah, show
this
me
is what you're doing when you're casting the pyromancy, right? This is what I'm suggesting. Two-handing it. So it would be like that. Like, why is that? It's like a Hadouken. Like you'd get in Street Fighter.
Wouldn't it be kind of like the dual axe chop in Star Trek?
I've never seen Star
like,
Trek.
Gah!
But maybe. So then we've also...
You've never seen any Star Trek?
I've told you this before.
It's
I've never seen any Star
shocking
Trek show or movie or any of it.
You know what we need to do? We need to get. Do you know what would be a good format? Like, have you ever seen those podcasts that they call like an intro cast, where like somebody who's seen a show and somebody who's never seen a show sit down and go through the episodes, and then the person who's never seen it sort of gets a reaction. Like, we need to do that with James and Star Trek.
I would love that. We could go all the way through. I've never watched the originals, even though it's a short run. They're like too campy for me, but I would definitely go through the Next Generation and Voyager.
I would only watch it if we started with the originals. I'm a purist.
I would go through the original with you, and I would be in reaction as well. Danny, do you like Enterprise?
It's not my favorite. I didn't like it when it was. I didn't like it when it came out, and then I warmed to it over the years. But like, yeah.
When I go through to watch, like, I only watch Enterprise after watching everything else except for the originals. And there's so many, like, it's like kind of like a just one big inside joke. I love that one.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. What do you think of the new stuff like Discovery and?
I haven't watched any of it.
No. Do you know what I saw? I actually watched through that Lower Decks the other week, which was the animated one, the comedy thing, by
Yeah.
the writers from was it Rick and Morty or whatever?
Yeah.
That sounds
And you know,
awesome.
it's not that bad, you know. Like I thought I was going to hate it. Like I was bitter going into it. I thought I'd be like,
yeah, by on this face value, I was like, this is gonna be trash. Even though me and Joey talked about doing something super similar at one point. In fact, it was the same thing. It just wasn't animated.
just give it a try because I was surprised. Like it's not great. Like well, no, that's
Is
it's
it in the
got
Star
problems,
Trek
but it's
universe,
not.
or is it a parody of
It's
Star
in
Trek?
this. No, it's
Both.
like a parody. It's like a parody, but it's in the Star Trek universe, and it is
And it's
actually quite
animated.
good, and it's
Yeah.
animated. But the thing that it's still considered canon for some reason, which pisses me off. But
Yeah, it should just be a spinoff. Did you like
Exactly.
So
Portal?
let's get back to it. We're
Yeah,
good with
exactly.
that.
It's a
We'll
bit
talk
like
about
that,
this
I think.
soon.
We're
Well,
trying to nerd
Zach is
out.
right. How would I hold my shield if I was two-handing my pyro fist? It would be on my back. And then we'll save this for later. And I am interested in Star Trek, but we have got to get through these comments. So,
Fine.
Chaos Bed Vestige will carry you through the game. You honestly don't even need a weapon. That spell is more than enough. I'm beginning
Yes.
to discover that. Neolite.
Though you should
Okay.
be using that sword.
Yes. Okay. Neolite. I take back what I said before about James easily steamrolling Gunter. I forgot James is James. Okay, sick burn. It's so hot in here. Okay, and then Ralph says, I have to say, this was a little hard to watch. What with the early admission and Morgan laughing at his deaths, Gunter is a tough boss, and doing it with just 7 Estus is pretty challenging. All right.
Okay,
So I
in my
think that
favor,
person's-
James dying is hilarious. And James won't change his Estus loadout, so that's not my fault. And when James stacks a bunch of things that I've told him to do together, and then he continues to die, I am reserving the right to laugh at that death because it's in the face of all the tips that I've given him.
Well, we're going to have to agree to disagree. Alex says 100% Morgan needs to be James's comedy sketch producer. Pure gold. I'm interested in
This-
it. I'd like to see some of the other material you have. That was interesting. I just don't know. Like, do you have
Well, from an
range?
artistic perspective, I need to see if you can pull off this style of comedy first. So if you are the type of person that I think you are and you can nail this, then I do have a bunch of stuff lined up for you. But I'm not just going to give away the whole farm.
I tell you what,
Okay,
you're
give-
going in for the hard sell now, Morgan. This is pretty. This is pretty bad, you know. Like it's yeah.
He's just got to do it once, and then once he becomes successful, then I'll just write all of his stuff. It'll be so simple.
Alrighty. And now we have Simon DG. Keep in mind, almost all his attacks are delayed. You got to roll slightly later than your heart tells you. Those are the kinds of tips I need. That didn't even have a sick burn in it. Saints. Just had a really good idea for a punishment. James has to break one of the guitars behind him over his knee. And Morgan, not sure, has to pour chocolate syrup over his head or something. Or break something with the same value. So, I don't even
think
know.
The only valuable thing I have is my computer, so I don't know if we want to do that.
When
Yeah,
you
and-
when you
and the
when you
idea-
break something over your knee, I was
Uh,
just going to say, like, if you break a guitar over your knee, like, does he mean the neck of the guitar? Because that sounds
yeah.
that sounds painful. That's not good.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not a good thing. Sorry, go on, James.
The fact that he says the first thing is pour chocolate syrup over his head or something, or
Yeah, I
break
guess I
something
got to
with
do.
his-
Well, maybe it's because I'm
I'll
vegan.
take
and
the
I don't want
chocolate syrup over my head. I'll pour chocolate syrup
No,
over my
you
head.
got to break the
Morgan can
guitar.
break
I'm gonna do
something.
chocolate syrup, but I'll just make sure it's vegan. The Hershey, I think Hershey syrup is vegan. But I really don't like to support chocolate production. Google it.
Can I just say as well, like, the destruction of a musical instrument just seems like a very, like, it's not worth it for a punishment video. Like, as funny as it might be for, yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, Morgan! I didn't realize that spoiler after a week of waiting is so deflating. to me. After 10 years, I dislike this. So I see Darkest Dungeon Dragon
Yeah.
said that there.
Who's here with us now? If so,
I
you wanna
can't
apologize
believe
in
that you
person,
edited that out. That was that. I did not know you edited it out. That's
Wait, you're
crazy.
offended by that? That we edited
Yeah.
it out?
Yeah, I did not know you edited it out.
Yeah, it's edited. You don't remember us talking about it on Discord, and then me and Danny are
I
like,
must have missed that.
give me the moments, and I gave him the moments, and then we did
No,
it. and
I
then
must
we
have
were
missed that
we-
whole
we
conversation. I
high-fived.
would have.
That's
Well,
saving the day.
Can I just say then, firstly, I do sincerely apologize if you're upset that we cut it out. But do you now
No.
know how they feel for you putting it in the first place?
Well, it sounds
Maybe-
like
maybe
there's a
that's
lot of
just-
people that don't like it, but there's at least a couple people that appreciated it, and maybe I'll find some way that I can have.
Yeah, but we now owe the Darkest Dragon like $15 for ramen, and
Easily.
it's going to cost us money if we keep going down this route. Is all I'm going to say. Like we would be paying out more than we're making the way that we're going.
Oh,
Uh,
hold on. Hold on.
As he walked away again.
He's got to pick something up off the ground.
Punkert was struggling to come through a door, so she was about to give problems. So now we're at the last. This is Ulasile's botnet. If James is still looking for a good angle for his stand-up show on Monday, then why not invite Gunter to join you on stage and have him chase you around while you attempt to crack jokes?
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Zach is getting really heated in the comment section.
He stays heated. He's fine.
He's always heated. What's wrong with him today? Like, if
Wait,
it's not one
that's-
thing, it's another.
There's 44 comments on this. What
There
happened to
is
this video?
people must be putting this on just now so that we can read the things. We're running out of time.
Oh, that's
though.
nice.
I actually noticed some of the comments we read on the last video, like maybe 2 or 3 of them were actually added after we'd started the stream. So like it's a bit of a self-feeding thing, but anyway.
All right, we've got to wrap this up soon. I have a stand-up
All right, I
comedy
got
show tonight
you.
that I have to
Joshua
write.
White, I missed Mitch.
Oh, wait, hold on. I've got to go to the right thing here. So DS2 bottom. There we go. All right. And
Joshua White, I miss Mitch. Gamerword dot.
wait, where is
What the
that?
heck? It's It's a big.
Oh, there
stream.
it is. Oh gosh, yes.
Oh my goodness. Mitch Anakin has joined the dark side. Oh my god. I gotta get out of
I
here.
have to get it lined up for the bottom. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Mitch Anakin has joined the dark side IGN, so that would make James old Ben Kenobi, and Morgan is Luke. This also means that Mitch is Morgan's father. I think Mitch would make a good dad, better than James.
Yeah.
Does that make me Jar Jar Binks?
Joshua White, I did know this. Who would you be in the Star Wars universe? I don't think I
Not
would be
Jar
Luke.
Jar Binks, Danny. Not Jar Jar Binks.
I'd rather be Mace Windu. I would say you're more like Yoda, right? Trying to keep
that
us
would make sense.
youngins in line.
Considering we were there
I'll
back
take
in the
Yoda.
Filefront days.
Jay's fanboy ran ahead. I think James and Morgan together do a really good job of recreating the original Gamefront expert walkthrough flavor of entertainment. If Mitch is ever available to semi-guest star on Gamefront, I think that someone of his stature at IGN, who's probably more tapped into the latest games and trends as part of his day job, would still be an excellent resource to bring in his topical industry knowledge to the table and help produce, restore, suggest media for the missing Gamefront gauntlet and James versus Game flavors of content that were also part of the classic Gamefront formula. Even if Gamefront could only do these stories once a month with all the guys working separate full-time jobs, it would be a real treat to see them together again in that way, and maybe some successful cross-promotion between Gamefront and IGN if Mitch wanted to plug his current job and new projects as a gaming media expert over at IGN. However, I've also enjoyed getting to see more Danny on the channel, and he also seems knowledgeable about trending gaming media and might be able to fill that same spot if producing the content ideas for those videos is ever something he's interested in managing. Good job, Danny. Heck, if they wanted to get really economical to bootstrap content for the channel, and we can't see Mitch again, I'd even love a walk down memory lane where they literally just revisited every single Gamefront Gauntlet James vs. Game Challenge episode and did a follow-up sequel episode where they briefly recap who won, lost in the original episode and then try the challenge again 7 to 9 years later. That could be you were a monster. That could be a gold mine of free ideas for episode content, and also provide an easy bridge for Zach Mitch to make a surprise guest appearance every now and again by including them where relevant in all the past episode recaps and allow their history in the early days to continue to live on and play nostalgia dividends.
I like that. I like the last idea. That last idea.
I really
is quite
love
good.
the last idea. That's a great idea. Ula Styles botnet.
Ula Styles botnet.
I'll
They do
read
a
it.
video
You-
very
okay, go ahead.
similar to one of the one you just suggested, where Mitch and James reviewed an old James Dark Souls video.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, and it was pretty
Jay's,
good, if I recall. You can keep reading if you want, but that was a long. Go ahead. I don't want the faster the better. So
no.
keep going.
Okay, no, it's what is happening?
Ula Styles
for it.
botnet. Yep, and it was pretty good if I recall. Better than I thought it was going to be before I clicked play. However, this time I'm suggesting they apply the formula to GameFront Gauntlet or James vs. Games and actually redo the original challenge in 2021. After a 1 to 3 brief minute summary commentary flashback results, if they need an excuse to relive some more of their Glory Days content and kick us all in the nostalgic feels for on a more regular basis. Not to pat myself on the back too heavily here, but at least through the recaps and replay footage, Zach and Mitch can be part of the episodes via old footage, even if they can't always special guest on the many 2021 update videos, if and when James, Morgan, and Danny try to redo the challenges. Yes. Oh, and then here's Danny.
Danny.
Do you want to try to
Hi.
do your accent, Danny?
I can read my. This is very meta, isn't it? I think the types of videos that Mitch can do with us are maybe limited to some degree because of his role at IGN, but maybe we should do more with him in the future, I imagine. I only say that because obviously I think like he can cameo. I guess he can cameo and stuff, but I think you said that he maybe shouldn't really be doing too much because like
he's
it's
still
not
doing his
supposed
own
to.
Twitch and stuff.
Yeah, but I think because I mean technically we're just like a voluntary sort of like band thing, but not really. But it's not a good look necessarily for him to be doing this stuff with another
His old employer.
what was at one time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's. But having said that,
I would put us on the same level as IGN. What do they have that we don't have?
Mitch.
maybe we used to be. Well, yeah.
Fair.
Oh no. To be fair though, like he's been cool with it before, and I don't think they've complained about it. Like in fact, IGN have come out and said, "Can we use some footage from Mitch from old?" So I've spoken to them before, and they've been cool with it and stuff. So
right?
it's not. No, I said they could use
did
it.
you mention me at all? Did you tell them about?
I said,
me?
yeah, I said ignore those two. They're just amateurs that I found. Like we're just. But you can let us
Like
Mitch
around an
back.
alleyway.
Exactly. Anyway.
Jay says it's completely understandable. I'm just fancifying over here, and the ideas I presented were hastily drafted without much time or thought of refining, editing, or really anything else. The ideas are great. I love them.
I think the word was fanficking rather than fancifying. Fanfic, like a fanfic. Fan fiction. Imagine doing a James, Mitch, and Morgan fan fiction. That's a disturbing thought for you.
I know exactly where that would end up.
Yeah,
We're all
probably.
wearing adult diapers.
Exactly.
James, another way to help increase your fire resistance for the items chests in the lava is to roll through the vases in the Iron Keep. They're full of water, and when you roll through them, they give you a temporary status effect that boosts fire resistance as well, at least in the base version of the game. To get to a lava chest and survive its open animation before dying to lava, you need to combine a few fire resistant boosting strategies to get their effects to stack high enough and stay alive for that long. The stuff in the lava is pretty useless to a strength build anyways, so we'll just skip it.
Okay, fair enough. All right, David G, good game. That's thank you, David H. We're looking. Is the Minecraft show over with Mitch, Zach, and James? Not over, but on hold. Oh, Danny, you can do your.
Yeah, no, you do it in your British accent. Go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not over, but on hold. We want to do something with the RTX, but getting the hardware is hard. Got it. I nailed it.
Hardware. No, I think it'd be cool to do, right? I just want to say one thing, right? Like since I got this 3080 and I've played Minecraft with ray tracing on, I am so into Minecraft now. Like before, it was okay, but like now with all the different things you can do with the colors and the lights and the glass blocks and stuff, like if we can get you guys like ray tracing cards, I think you would love it. Like it's makes the game completely different. Like,
Does it?
I've been
what
playing
card have you got?
Minecraft almost every week with my little brother. We have found ourselves a very hidden place far away because he's my little brother, and I don't want any, you know, dirty things happening on the server. And we're building ourselves a little home far, far away.
That's cool. What graphics card have you got, Morgan?
I'm looking to make sure I don't misspeak. It says RTX right on the side, though.
Okay, then yeah, you can do it. So yeah, come jump into the Minecraft server that we've got with ray tracing on it, and turn ray tracing on. And trust me, like some of the stuff that we've built, like you just sit there staring at it for hours. It's pretty. It's really nice.
The videos that I've seen of it are amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. Anyway,
El Scorcho, is the Gamefront tank top ideal for showing off my sweet pythons? Yes, it is. I didn't know we had a tank top.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a whole package. You can get like any kind of t-shirt you want there.
I
well,
wanna
you
get the
guys
tank
got
top.
T-shirts, and when I send Zach a bunch of stuff, you know, Zach likes his tanks, so yeah, Zach got a tank. So Zach is
We
walking
live
around with a
outside
tank top.
paradise.
Yeah, he's walking. Yeah, but think about it. He's walking around Hawaii somewhere with a tank top on, with your faces covering both of his man boobs, which is, you know, a nice thought, I think, to sort of, you know, get you through your day. Anyway,
This is the kind of stuff
Yeah.
you sit around and fantasize about?
yeah. Got a problem with that?
Vengril does not equal Vendrick. Thank you for that. That clears up some confusion, Ulisile. Pelagius.
maybe.
I'll say this first. More Morgan calves. By the way, these spiders can drop another Zweihander, so you can dual Zweihanders. How sick is that, right?
Oh, nice.
Also, you've seen how James keeps spinning in place while swinging the Zweihander? Well, that's something called dead angling. When done properly, you can hit enemies on a much wider arc than usually intended, or even hit them behind a shield. Problem is getting good feel for both weapons animations and reach so you can have attack frames to catch enemies as you spin. All right. Jace didn't know about that extended arc from the dead angling. Cool tip. And Pelagius follows up with, yeah, and that's the thing added since DKS2 to make Ultra Great Swords more competitive by letting you to change the attack direction as you swing them. You need some practice for it, but stuff like roll catching or hitting behind shields is possible. Not as effective as drag or shortening in Chivalry or Mordhal, though.
Ew.
Turning in same or opposition direction will make it hit earlier or later than it's normally supposed to. It's been
I'm
a
gonna
while since
practice
I played
that.
those games.
I hate when people do that, dragging stuff in Mordau. It's the worst. Isaac
all right.
Sims, I really recommend you guys do the 2 other DLC first. The Ilium Lois is the hardest of the 3. I would start with the Sunken King DLC, where you guys where your guys' last walkthrough came to a screeching halt. It's past the Rotten Bonfire. Then I would do the DLC past the Old Iron King. The DLC should really be the last thing you do in the game after beating the other 2 DLCs. We are in the hardest one. I knew that. But I also thought it was the most fun one. I just want to get James down into Horsefuck Valley.
All right.
You know
Jace,
what I mean?
the character who blew up and emerged from the bonfire is a new character that only appears in Scholar of the First Sin Edition. They have an obscure but simple quest that will lead you to the new final boss in DS2 if you do the correct things before fighting the regular final boss. If you beat the regular final boss before you've done the correct things, you will miss out on the new final boss of DS2 Scholar of the First Sin. So make sure you don't take on the final boss before completing those things. It's too early to do them all yet, but you've just completed the first one by meeting this character at your 4th primal bonfire and exhausting all of the dialogue in one place.
Oh, nice. We are going to need tips to make sure we get all that.
All right. We have got to get through this. We're really far behind, so let's keep rushing through.
Okay.
Where did I go? I forgot how that works. Do they have to clear all 3 DLCs for the final boss? No. It's a fight that happens after you defeat the old final boss. So you literally can have 3 boss fights in succession within minutes of the same arena. All right. I think they just have to meet and fully exhaust all of the characters' dialogue 3 different times, and also do the optional Vendrick fight before taking on the final boss. But I'll let someone else confirm that for sure. There used to be some rumors that you had to answer Aldea's questions in a specific way throughout the game. Yes versus no. But I think it's been proven that your answers to those questions don't actually matter. Ralph, true. But you still have to unlock it in the sense that if you don't do the required steps before taking on the old final boss, you just won't get to see or fight the new final boss in this playthrough. And Ralph agrees. You have to talk to him a set number of times. Great.
Gustavo, I would say get at least 1 boss soul weapon to level up. Smelter Demon Sword is probably a good choice, and it has fire for variety. GamerWord.net, that merch is dope sauce. Gonna pick up that premium GameFront tank top and premium pullover hoodie soon. The mug is very tempting too. Nick Hanley, James, the only question you should ask Morgan is, can I put on my big boy pants? You're the only little girl with a mustache I've ever seen. Two-hand your weapon and just do it.
Harsh.
El Scorcho, I'd suggest upping vitality a bit now that you've leveled the sword and shield. J1618, James, you can always go back to the Smelter Demon Room to practice your great swords and get a better attack damage ring +1 as a reward. Wait, what? We need to get that.
We got to get that. All
right, JTW 666. The year is 2030 and James is still playing Dark Souls 2 and no one is complaining.
And he hasn't gotten any better.
Technically, that's better. About 8 years from now is probably when we'll play it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, about average. Yeah.
All right. Pelagius, keep the greatsword. More damage and not much more stamina used to the Zweihander. You could drop the bow, though, and get a little more wiggle room. Don't forget you still have a mace and Mastodon greatsword as backup options. Don't forget to go back to the Smelter Arena and get that Blades of Dim +1 damage.
We gotta go get that ring.
All right. And then also I'd advise to leave the DLC areas for later, especially the snowy one. It's the harder of the 3, or at least supposed to be, and the ice effect speeds up equipment degradation. All right, good to know. Agreed. Snow DLC should be done last, but I was still a little disappointed they didn't go left after entering the area. Would have been entertaining.
That's right. James's area. It's because I was the one that was playing. John Dickinson, James's new Facebook friend. I remember watching Morgan when he streamed frequently on Twitch play this DLC. When he said 8 years ago, I felt very old, lol. Yeah, it's crazy that it was so long ago. Jay, so many things to comment on this video. You guys picked up the Bridgestone key in this video after killing the NPC in the Lord's Chambers, right behind the spider boss. I think that opens the locked door right before all the spider webs before the boss. If you want to go back and see if what was there. Yeah, we should check that out. J1618 again. It was fun to see you guys trying out a great shield. When you have one of those equipped, your focus should be on blocking rather than rolling. Regular enemy weapons and attacks will literally bounce backwards off of that thing, leaving them off balance and vulnerable to counter attacks for longer periods of time. Not with the big ogre enemy though. So that was just a bad enemy for it. If you level up the shield, it will drain you less stamina when blocking enemy attacks, but it's already going to drain way less more than an ordinary shield when blocking attacks as is. Also, for funsies, make sure that to try out that parry button with the great shield equipped for a new move that is exclusively to great shields. Also, great shields have their own jump attacks that will pancake human enemies. Make sure you give that a try as well for more fun. It's done like the normal jumping attack, except with L2 instead of R2.
Cool.
I hate to leave you guys hanging, but I must use the restroom. I gotta go.
All right.
I gotta get out.
All right. It's been a long stream. Well, I'm going to keep covering these, though. Simon DG. To find the symbol of the king, you will need to advance through Drangleic Castle and beyond. Don't be afraid to two-hand that greatsword. It will boost your damage, and the sword will block 70 physical, which is decent. You will find that the two-handed R1R1 ends most enemies in the game. By the way, the monster in the bonfire is Eldia, the scholar of the first sin. Oh. All right, Pelagius says, it would be nice if Morgan goes back to the Smelter Demon boss fight to get the Ring of Blades. Yes. And Simon agrees. True, at their current level, they should crush that pursuer. And Isaac says yes. Now I got to switch over to the top part, and we have 2 more. Whatchamacallits.
Do you want me to have a go at reading these ones? Just to
Sure,
round it
please
out?
do. Please do.
Neither of you. Okay, so Jay says, I'm 90% sure you guys have been holding on to a sublime bone dust for 2 to 3 videos. We need to burn out the medulla bonfire in order to make your Estus flasks heal for more. Pelagius then says, yeah, there's one in your inventory. You can see James frantically trying to find flame butterfly at around 18 minutes and 20 seconds. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds like sound advice.
I was going into like a boss area. I was surrounded with spiders, and I knew that the torch would probably keep those spiders at bay. So I was going into my inventory in a game that you can't pause. But I did get the flame butterfly, and I did survive and beat the boss. Because the torch worked. The torch kept the spiders at bay. Do you want to finish this up?
I'll finish off. Isaac Sims says, "Got to say, the poor ultra greatsword looks awful sad in that inventory, all alone and unused. Ha ha ha. If you guys like the Zweilhander, I understand, but with your build, the ultra greatsword is just so much better. But do as you please, good sir, and Mr. Bottom Heen." This Bottom Heen business is catching on. This is getting scary. Now you guys must somehow have the ability to like rub James's bottom or some shit to see into the future and watch what I'm typing. Yeah, exactly. It's like magical baby bottom.
We did take that suggestion. That's exactly what we did. We put that in. And those are all the comments from this week. Those are all of the comments from this week. And then Morgan's not here for the end. Which is
should we just finish the stream before he comes back, just so he's there, and then pretend that it's still actually happening when he does get back, and then like he's really confused, maybe trick him into saying something that he shouldn't do. I don't know.
Yeah. I can't end it without him though. I just would feel inappropriate about that. And now
he's back. He's back. Okay. Here's the fun thing. So he only went for a number 1. Here's the thing: like when you used to work in kind of a fun game that you can play if you work in a call. Anyone who's worked in a call center knows what I'm talking about. Anyway. And on that bombshell.
Is anybody there still?
Yeah,
Can you hear me, Danny? I think we're still streaming. My dog kicked out my internet.
We are.
No.
Yeah, but just for a second, and I'm still hooked up to you guys, and I think it ended the stream and started a new one, and we're back live again.
Oh, what?
I mean, my dog kicked out she's been having problems. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the dog, but I think we're live right now. Can somebody check?
Yeah, it's okay. Live. It's still live.
All right, great. Well, I am gonna, now that you're here, I'm gonna do the outro. Man, I don't know how long that video was, but it is like really getting late.
Okay, it was 1 hour and 55 minutes.
Yeah,
we have normal amount of time. Yeah. Zach wants to come on next week, so if you thought this week was long, wait for that one.
I think we're gonna have to do a new thing where we might not necessarily go through each and every comment, and we just kind of, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but. We don't
tune in next week to find out if your comment matters or not.
I think we don't even read the comments. I think we just get together and just shoot the shit for an hour, and I think that's kind of what happens.
Maybe we can scroll through and
find the comments that we think are good sick burns or are really going to change our things. I don't know. I feel bad about it, but taking 2 hours for comments, it's going to be hard for us to catch up.
Well, isn't 2 hours like the length that a live stream should be?
Yeah, but for our day, it's kind of hard.
I just want to finish on one point of observation, which is the fact that we wasted probably 30 to 45 minutes just talking about you trying to sell a baby for $2 million. And then when we tried to talk about Star Trek, after just 50 seconds, you shut that down because we don't want to go off topic.
But... Danny, you don't realize that if it's James's idea, the thing that James is talking about, it's super important. And if it's anything else, it has to be rushed through.
Anyway.
If you look at the, what was it, 2 weeks ago that we were like short on time, we both had to be done at a certain time. And my video was like 40 minutes and James went like 20 minutes over an hour on his video.
Well, the difference was on my video, I knew exactly where we were going. On Morgan's video, he beat Manus Spoiler.
You know
from 2
exactly
weeks
where
ago.
you're going because you have
And
a
we didn't know
coach
where we were
who
going. We
did
had
his
no
homework,
idea.
So you know where you're going.
And this is the end of GameFront. It's been a good 15-year run. Thanks everybody for checking it out. Yeah, we'll be back in another 10 years after a small hiatus. Goodbye.
And now there is the outro video going. And I think it's still here. Should I mute it?